Hi, welcome to class number 7, part 1. In this class, we will discuss the responsive mobile web app development. And for our discussion, we will study the jQuery mobile technology. As you might recall from a previous class, we will study just jQuery. Well, jQuery works fine on web pages, but the some of the features of what we develop in jQuery won't quite work for a mobile device. And some of those, like for example, like sliding or touching with the finger instead of clicking with a button, or using the mouse for a mouse click, for example. We don't have a mouse click in a mobile device. So there will be some differences, and we will discuss an implementation of jQuery for mobile devices, and that also considers um, the screen sizes of the device. So the other one is mainly concerned about web pages. Um, so it is important what we study about jQuery. Now we're going to see the implementation of jQuery for mobile devices. So jQuery basically is a web framework for creating mobile web applications. And you also may remember from the very first class that our main goal is to develop a mobile web application. And the idea is that this can be working on different platforms, like the one listed here for iPhones, for Android devices, and so on. Now you will see that there are things that will be very similar to what we did when we were studying jQuery. Like for example, in jQuery there was a slide similar to this that say what you should already know. And then on that one it says HTML, CSS, and instead of saying jQuery it says JavaScript. So it was a good idea. So here is basically the same, but now it says jQuery. And actually, we know jQuery. This shouldn't be listed here because that shouldn't be included. But this is just the substitution of JavaScript, or basically knowledge. And again, don't worry a lot because I mean, all the details will be discussed here, the basic details. So again, what is jQuery mobile? Well, one of the things is that this is a touch-optimized web framework for mobile web applications, and that should work on unpopular smartphones and tablets, and is based on the jQuery technology, the jQuery library that we were studying before. But now we want this to be able to work basically in mobile devices. Why we want to use that? Well, this was one of the very first questions that we were discussing in class number 1. Um, that we want to basically have an application that is able to work on all mobile devices instead of being developing for several. Like like we say here, well, if we want to develop one for Android and BlackBerry, we need to do that in Java. If we want to do one in iOS, we need to develop in Objective-C. For a Windows Phone, for example, we need to go into the .NET technology. So you see, just with this list of reasons, the same app, it has to be developed in different platforms. So the idea is, well, why we just don't do one that works for all? That's the idea Mobile tries to solve this problem about developing for multiple platforms at the same time. Now, this is very similar to what we were discussing before. So to add jQuery mobile to the web page, it's going to be our mobile web page, we need to add the libraries. And again, we got two ways. Either using the getting a link to the CDN, which is the content delivery network, or we download our own files from the jQuery mobile website, and we store that in our website, and then we link it. So we were doing something very similar with just jQuery. So this is the example in case that we just link it. So for example, here there is a link and it's a reference to the code that will be listed there and that content delivery network. And then the same here, so we're looking for the script. This is saying about the source. So that means we need to add this to the HTML document. Now, if we're using, if we download it from the jQuerymobile.com website, then I mean, we still need the same files. The only difference is how we make the reference. So we either have them there or we place a link. So we got those two options. So let's see into the standard jQuery mobile page. So for example, this is what is going to be listed on the web page or display on the web page. Let's see what is the difference. What is it that we see different? So, and the explanation is going to come on the next slide. But here is what we will see in the web page, right? And then here there are some div here, and it says here that okay, this will be the role of this division is going to be the header of the page. So here we got this. So this is the section, and then here this is the main part and the footer. So we're going to have basically those three sections. And that's what we're going to explain here, what the data role means. We're going to have the page, the header, the main, and so on. Okay, let's look at this example. So here is the definition of my HTML document, and then we know we need to place the code. So here is what the required scripts that we need to add. And then for the body, these are the three sections. So you see we got here the header, here is the main section. So just try to visualize this on a mobile device, on a phone. So it's going to be something here like the header that we can have that like for a menu bar, then the footer, and then here the main application, and that's what they call here main here. So here you can see what we're saying about those three sections. For example, the header says that creates a toolbar at the top of the page, for title, search, and then this is the main, which is basically the main part of the application. And then here, for example, the footer that creates another toolbar at the bottom of the page. Now, something very interesting is that in jQuery Mobile, you can create multiple pages in a single HTML file. So we just have to make the distinction with the authentication, and let's see an example. So look at it in this example. Again, this is the HTML document. So this is the required source that we know. So here, let's see. This is the body. So here it says this is a page. But then that ends here. See, so this is my first page. And then here I'm defining another page. So then this is the part that is interesting. I got the definition of two pages inside just one single HTML document. So you see each of the pages has those three components. So here is the um, what is it? Here is this is page one. This is the identification page one, and then this is the header that says welcome to my home page. So this is main, and then it says if you click on me, you click on the title on the link below, it will take you to page two. And then this is the reference to go. You see, this is the ID that says take me to that object, and then here is the other page, which is page two, and that's the part that's interesting. So here we click on here, and it takes you to the other page. So this is the other page you see, and this is we do the same thing. So we go back to the first page and second page. Something that will be very attractive and useful when you're defining a mobile device. So again, try to visualize this on a on the screen of your phone. Now something else is that pages can be used as dialogues, which is very common in applications that you use for mobile devices, right? So look at the example that we have here. So again, this is defining two pages within the same document. So this is one of the pages. This is the ID page 1. And this is my other page, which is the ID is page 2. But it says that this is a data dialog equals true. So let's see how that looks. So this is the code for that example that we were discussing. So here remember that we need to add those links to the libraries. And then now, this is remember the header, this is the footer, this is the main section of the application. So we click on here. Wow, isn't that amazing? It looks nice. So this is the other page, but now we're displaying the page like a dialog. And again, this will look really nice on a phone app. So now go back to page 1, or we can click on the X, and then it takes you back there. Isn't that nice? Now we got three different ways for creating buttons in jQuery mobile. So either using the input, the button, or the link. And then we add these classes. Let me see if I have my example here. Well, this is the format. Like for example, when using input, for example, here it says it's type button, and then what is the value. Oh, this is something that is very common using the tag for button. Or this, um, when you place a link, so the links here, they also look like buttons. So let me see here. And see if I can see those two examples. Right here, this is something else interesting. So we can also group buttons, like having like some type of container. And then, for example, here, this is the control group data, and then you can do that horizontal, vertical, and then here I got those three buttons. So that's something that's interesting, and let's see if we can have another example about this. So this is the other example. Look at how amazing that looks again. So this is the same thing that we were discussing up top. We need to add those scripts for the code. Then here is the body of your page. And remember we got those three sections. We got the header. So that's here. It says group of buttons. So that's that. And then we have the footer, which is this section. So we can specify something there. And then we got the main, which is this. And inside the main, in this case, we got a control group, which is like a kind of a container that's going to display the data horizontal. And we got those three buttons, and those are the names, and that's what we have there. So I don't think they're doing anything now. And then here is another container or another control group that has another three buttons, but now this is displaying those vertical. This is what we have. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we will continue with part 2 in the next video.